There's some Star Wars stuff here, part of the board games hall. We have a virtually empty container. And we've got a lot of work to do to get this place working smoothly. Oh, let me jump. Well, hello. We're back. Here's Andrea. Yeah, we haven't done a YouTube video for how long? Like nearly a month?
Yeah, it's got to be.
We took a break, but we didn't really tell you the whole story. We are filming currently from a storage unit with the rest of our possessions, which haven't been taken to our new house, because we bought a new house and we've just come back to retrieve the rest of our belongings, including all of this stock. Look at this cool Star Wars stuff down here. Yeah, this is all stock. All stock. All stock.
The majority is stock, to be fair.
Yes. Most of what you see in here is stock that we have come back for, but we do have a load of our furniture and other bits at the back, kind of non-essentials we didn't take on moving day. So I thought we would start the video here. We'll show you a bit of the process, and then we will take you to our house, our new house, and show you around. And while we're doing that, we will explain what's gone on. Why have we moved house? And all of those fun things. We're just waiting for our friend Stephen. He's coming with a great big truck that hopefully will fit all of this right the way to the back. This is a 40-foot container. It was a lot more full. We filled it pretty much. Yeah. So I'll speak to you in a bit. We're getting there. What have you found? Ooh, TV. Now I made a bit of a pathway into here. You can get an idea of how far back it goes. It's a lot of stuff.
It is.
Where's it gonna go?
I don't know.
Right, we've made some space. Still coming. What have you got there?
Kitchen stuff.
We're almost at the back. Red noses. So if you come and have a look in the back of the van, we're packing it tightly. Doing a grand job. Right, starting to get tired now. This is the far end. We're down to the dregs of stuff here. Another Kallax to come out. We're getting there.
Kitchen table.
Oh yeah, kitchen table. We have taken a kitchen table already, but we've decided the smaller one we're going to keep. We're going to get rid of the bigger one.
We are. The bigger one's too big.
Bigger one's too big. But we do think it's all going to fit on and we won't have to come back. So we're going to drop the keys off when we're done. Lock it up, drop the keys off, and we're crossing your fingers, it'll fit. We have also filled up the car. We came in the estate. That's full. So yeah, I think we can do it. I think all of that will fit in there. And as if by magic, we have a virtually empty container and a virtually full truck. Only just fitted in. Look at that, made to measure. We haven't told you where we're living yet. I'm saving that for later. I think that's done. Ta-da!
Hello. Come in.
So it's now a while later from when we last left you, moving all of that stuff. We've been trying to find homes for everything, but you'll see as we give you a bit of a tour, still in a little bit of a state of chaos, particularly downstairs.
Yeah, well, anyone that's moved house, you'll know exactly what it's like. So, yeah, there's lots of things we can't find homes for just yet, and there's chaos.
We haven't put any of the mirrors or pictures up, so they're dotted around the house where we think they might end up. You get the picture, but we thought...
Everything in time.
Everything in time. We've got a lot to do, but we will show you our new house. What we have bought is a 3-storey Victorian townhouse. Downstairs, the lower ground floor is all business. We'll show you that in a minute. The loft has become this business storage as well. We'll show you how much we put up there. It's a bit mental. Right, we've got a Jeffrey. Are you going to show us around? Right, let's start here. So you come in, we've bought a number to put in here. A nice little stick-on number, which is going to look really cool. But we haven't done that yet. Anyway.
You might wonder why there's a duck there.
Oh, the ducks. The ducks are everywhere. It's a running joke with Ellen.
Yeah, ignore the mess. This is, a lot of it is stock. Just haven't got room for it downstairs just yet.
Yes.
Anyway.
So hallway, some of the really nice Victorian detail. There's a lot of things we want to put back in Victorian detail wise.
We do love this though. Really love this.
Yeah.
So,
And then after you.
this is my favourite room of the house. This is the living room, obviously. A lot of the Victorian places and a lot of houses have knocked through here, but we've got 2 rooms. We don't have an extension, so the next bit is the kitchen, which we'll show you in a minute.
It was originally open though, because we can see a join.
Yeah, you can see the join here.
So at some point this was knocked through and then replaced. Fireplace.
We have a gorgeous fireplace. It's a gas fire now. It's not original anymore, but it still looks pretty. Yeah, there's so much that we want to do in here, but at the moment it's livable.
And the contrast from the cottage where we were, which had tiny little sort of 1700s windows. This is floor to ceiling, so much light, which we absolutely love.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Jeff!
Oh, Jeff is desperate to get in the video. He's had a haircut, by the way.
Go on then. Show off your hairdo.
Who's this? Who's this?
Jeff absolutely loves it here.
He does.
I just thought, we haven't mentioned where we are, have we?
I don't know.
I don't think we
have. You
have.
mentioned it while we were packing up the van.
I don't think so. We'll do a big reveal near the end.
Some of you Agatha Christie's out there have already figured it out.
Some people know, and many of you could guess, if you've followed the channel for a while, where's our favourite place? Anyway, we'll do a big reveal later.
Okay, come through to the kitchen. So, it's a very old house in terms of its decor, etc. It hasn't, as I said before, it hasn't been extended, so we've only got the 2 rooms. But to be honest, that's fine for us, isn't it?
Yep.
We don't really need much more space than that.
We do have a fucking great fireplace in here.
The fireplace is stunning. We've got nowhere to put the dryer at the moment until we organise downstairs. So that's
we will show you. We have what we're going to turn into a utility room downstairs, and we've had the washing machine plumbed in, but I need to build a frame because this is going to sit above the washing machine. But for now,
for now it's a bit of an eyesore in the middle of the kitchen. But,
yeah,
you know, you do what you do.
So yeah.
So the lady that lived here for 40 years, and she didn't really do very much to it. We ended up having to buy a dresser, so that we had some space and some cupboard space. We have a freezer in here and a fridge in here, and then under the sink. So all we've got is this and this as storage, and we can barely get to that one.
Yeah. So we're working on it.
Eventually, we'll redo it.
We've just had the heating, a new heating system put in. So we've got a brand new glowworm boiler, which went in like literally 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So that's been a big faff. But we're glad we've got it done.
And if you're in the area that we will tell you about later, we can recommend a very good plumber. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And we think we found a place for our Picasso, not an original. So that's the kitchen.
Yes.
Also, before we finish with downstairs, if we come through here, there's stairs going down. We do have a second toilet in there, which is super handy. That goes out to the back garden. Let's quickly show you that. So come down these stairs. Now I'll put some clips in because this was just a jungle. You can see I have been taking this to the dump, but it's going to take me a few trips. Everything that I cut down, you could not see this wall. I have revealed this wall, which is really nice. There's the back of the house. So I will try and remember to put those clips in at the end of what this looked like before. And I think I did a few kind of in progress shots. I can't remember, it's a few weeks ago since I've done that. We've been here about a month now. So we've been working hard to get it all right, but we're a long way off. So if we now descend into the basement or the lower ground, whatever you want to call it, down here we come to a corridor which leads, let me show you, to avoid all of this stuff. So at the front of the house, this is underneath the stairs up to the front door, we have a separate entrance. That's the old Victorian coal shed, which still has a cast iron little cap which you can take off, a coal chute coming in, which is cool. Yeah, typical reseller, boxes stacked up. So the business part has its own access front and back, which is so handy. And then if you go on, I'll follow you.
Well, if I say welcome to the new tack cave.
Which is very much a work in progress. Should we start here? I've been building a work surface, so this is going to be where I list. We're going to have all packing supplies up here. This is going to be photography area. We have switched eBay back on. I'm not sure if we did that too early because we've sold loads and all I've been doing is packaging.
And you've lost a load of stuff. Well, not lost it, but it's buried in amongst all the boxes.
Yeah, little things like today I ran out of tape because I had my tape gun, but do I know where all of my tape is? No. Any one of these boxes, we didn't get organised enough, and our friend Susan will be saying, you should have had a spreadsheet and labelled your boxes. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you how mad it is. There's all of this here. A lot of this is personal mixed in with stock, but the majority is stock.
Yeah. And what we're finding personally is we haven't got a lot of storage in the house because we've got boxes of photo albums. I've no idea where they're supposed to go. We need like chest of drawers, or we need to build cupboards or something.
We'll build more storage. Down here quickly we have a kitchenette, which is going to be so handy for making cups of tea and stuff while I'm down here. This sink has already been useful, but it's full of boxes, it's full of stock. Round here, stock. And round here, oh hang on.
I had to do that because the door kept slamming.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, all stock.
Yeah, there are 2 cupboards behind there, and one of them's full of stock. We can't get to it now, and one of them is full of...
No, you can get to this one.
Can you?
You can get to this one,
Oh, well done.
but you can't get in it because it's full to the brim. But under the stairs cupboard is full of our camping gear,
Yeah,
which we will need in a few weeks, won't we?
we will. We've got Ellen's sleeping bag here, so
Oh, good.
Ellen will be all right.
And then we mentioned the utility room. What will be our utility room? This has a shower in. We think that this lower ground was used as kind of a separate, self-contained
Yeah.
place for the lady's daughter or somebody.
Potentially.
And so it has a shower in.
Yeah.
and a sink in here. But we're going to use this room. Let me put the light on. This is going to be utility. So here's the washing machine, which we have had plumbed in. Getting that down here was a nightmare.
What we're thinking, obviously they won't have stock in it eventually, but what we're thinking is washer and dryer, and then we'll take out the shower and put in some kind of dog wash or something
Well,
like that.
I think it might work as it is for washing Jeff.
We'd have to get down on the floor all the time. That's a pain in the
No,
bum.
we'll put a little anyway.
I had a nice big sink, a dog wash sink. Anyway, that's a conversation for later. But I think so. That would be just a lot easier to stick him in a.
I think
massive
if we
sink.
put a... Anyway, we're thinking this will be where Jeff has his showers, right? But for the moment, it's full of like cupboards that are taken apart, stock again in here. The shower itself, full of stock, right? This is what everything is like.
There is a shower upstairs. Don't worry.
Yes, we have another shower upstairs in the bathroom. So back out here. So this room, as I said, is going to be where I do all the processing, photography, packaging. I think long term I will have a nice big packing table here with storage underneath it. And then through here is going to be for listed stock. At the moment, most of what you see is not listed. At the moment, listed stock is just here. We reduced our listed stock right down before we moved. And a few days ago, we just switched it all back on. Well, we did sell similar, didn't we?
We did.
We went...
a lot of my stock we decided to keep off because we're going to do a flea market.
Yep.
So we thought we'd try taking it to that instead.
Yeah, so we don't have much of the ceramics left. This is all of our ceramics that we decided to leave listed. The rest we're going to try at a flea market. The dregs are the board games that were listed, but we have hundreds to deal with. These have been reduced, they're selling really quick. So that's listed currently, and we're going to start getting organised with bay numbers and everything. Everything else you see is unlisted, it's just been thrown onto shelves. Board Games Hall is all books. Around here, look at all of those. And the D&D scenery packs, which are not listed, loads of those. So yeah, it might look sort of organised here, it's really not. It's really not. We've got a lot of work to do to get this place working smoothly. Oh, you jump.
That's why I put.
You warned me and I still jumped. When we moved in, the first thing we did was we found a local electrician and we had these put in because down here there was virtually no lighting. So we've had LED strip lights in and they're really bright, really nice. Down here it's ideal now.
Yeah.
Can you hear Jeff?
It's because the door slammed.
Is it?
Yeah.
So if we come back up these stairs, round here and find a Jeffrey. What are you barking about, Jeff? Huh? What's up? Right, and we'll quickly go upstairs. So, all of the woodwork in this house, or most of it, has been stripped. We're thinking longer term we will paint this woodwork, and here we're going to, I'm itching to take this horrible brown carpet off the old wooden staircase.
It's pretty threadbare because I've been hoovering it and there's not much of it left.
It's probably been there for 30 years, so that's going to come off. But
and you're looking forward to doing some panelling. We're going to do panelling up the stairs as well, aren't we?
Yeah, God knows when.
No, but it's all projects that are going to happen soon.
Projects, mirrors, look, we haven't hung anything. So the bathroom, currently no bath, which we will rectify. We have a shower and toilet. This is all coming out. It's just a cupboard, doesn't have anything particular in it.
Well, we're thinking that a bath could go, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we did find that on a street, didn't we? Found that free.
This was just down the road here. Somebody put it out for free and it was perfect for there.
That's been ideal for storage.
Yeah.
It was off again.
Just kicking off again. He just wants to be involved.
Yeah.
And then we have this quirky little bit where you go down 2 steps and then up 4. So anyway, here, I will give you a peek up there in a minute. There's a lot of stuff up there. So Ellen is currently living at home. This is her room. That was where we had a great big, really old immersion heater and a water tank up here, header tank. That's all been cleared out when we had the new heating system put in. So we're going to redo this corner. We're hopefully going to reveal behind here a nice Victorian fireplace. We haven't had a look yet. So that's Ellen's room. And then this room. Now, imagine all of this not being there.
This is all your D&D stuff, plus a load of fabrics, curtains and bedding and stuff that is stock.
Yeah,
So
this is stock that just, there's nowhere for it to go downstairs. It's too big and heavy to really climb up the loft ladder with, so I'm going to get all of this listed soon, hopefully get rid of it. But this room is gorgeous. We finally found a home for our mirror. I
still haven't cleaned it.
Not cleaned.
But yeah, it's a gorgeous size.
Yeah.
We just haven't organised it. Obviously we need to redecorate, etc.
Yeah, we need to work out what pictures are going up. Long term, this wallpaper is all going to come off. It's got a hideous gas fire there. We've had that disconnected so we can remove it, reveal what's behind there.
We're hoping there might be something fun behind there, like something original.
Something fun.
You never know.
A fireplace, I'm hoping.
But if there isn't, we're going to make it good and just put like tiles
Yeah,
or something in there.
My Uncle Steve was here and he doesn't think there's going to be enough room for much of the original fireplace to be left. Not sure, but he also has some bits that he can give us if we wanted to reinstate something a bit more in keeping, because the gas fire is going. It's disconnected and safe now, so we can rip it out. Hooray! Yeah, so lots and lots of work to do in here. Yeah. But we've got plenty of time. We're looking forward to sorting it out. Getting the artwork up on the walls is going to be a priority, I think, because we have plenty of it and virtually none of it is up. The only thing we have put up really is that. So many people will be thinking, why have you moved? You've only been in Norfolk a year or so. No. Actually, 2.5 years we were there.
Nearly 3, actually, by the time we left.
So we bought the house in Norfolk with a very specific plan in mind. We were going to develop the property and have a second business, which was an Airbnb. But we gave ourselves a couple of years to live there to find out if it was right for us, if the area was right, if the house was right for us. And it turned out the area wasn't right. We loved it for many reasons, but it just wasn't right for us.
As you know, was beautiful. We were honoured to live there, to be honest, and to have that gorgeous historic house for a while. Yeah. But it just wasn't for us, was it?
No.
At the end.
There were certain aspects of living in the middle of nowhere in the countryside which were amazing, and other aspects that really didn't fit in with our lifestyle. And we found out long term that it just wasn't right for us. Yeah. For many reasons. But so once we both decided that, there was no point in spending a lot of money to develop that property if we didn't get what we wanted out of the area and it wasn't right for us. So we put it on the market, we sold it, and we've moved. What the plan is now, we have downsized a little bit house-wise, and we've taken a lot of equity out and we're going to buy a second property. We've actually looked at a few already. We're not in a rush to do that. And the plan is with that, Ellen, who's currently living here, she's got herself a job locally now. She's planning on putting some roots down here. She's going to live in our second property for as long as she needs it. Once she moves on or gets her own place, we will then have that as our rental stroke Airbnb, whatever we do.
So it would be an investment property, won't it?
Yeah, that's the new plan. Yes. And we bought a Victorian townhouse, which is what I always kind of envisioned us doing in the first place. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And we've got an amazing tack cave again. And you won't freeze in the winter.
And it's inside, and it's also,
well lit, and you can organise. Once we've worked through the boxes, you can organise it how you want.
Once it's organised down there, that will be perfect for me. The shed was great where we were, but as Andrea pointed out, freezing cold in the winter, and just not really ideal.
No.
Right.
But have you guessed where we are yet?
We're going to reveal that right at the end. But I did promise a peek into the loft.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So thankfully there was a loft ladder in place, so I didn't have to fit that. And there was lighting, which was ideal, but it wasn't boarded. So I've done some makeshift boarding, as you can see. And I actually discovered some of the original Victorian doors up here. I think there's 3, if not 4, laying down here. But as you can see, we've been busy. And up here, you can't see all of it, but that goes back under there with all board games. There's some Star Wars stuff here, part of the board games hall. All sorts of other stuff. Around here.
Try not to trip over myself.
Oh, you're coming up.
Don't want to stand on my skirt and
No.
fall flat on my face.
Behind Andrea there, you can see more of the board games hall. There's so much that we haven't gone through yet. More of these scenery packs, more of it up here. Some of our stuff, spare chairs for when we have guests around. Some small furniture that we're going to sell off at the flea market, hopefully. So we've been using this space. We still have plenty of space up here, and I do plan on putting some shelving up to make it more organised. It's a really useful space, isn't it?
Yeah, I poked my head up the other day and I thought, oh, it looks like a vintage shop up here.
Right?
I like the way that you've done that with use that space with the shelf.
Yes, we can use this space much better long term. It'll just take some work. The first big job is to board it all, which will be fun. Now we've got loads and loads of stuff up here. It'll be just a case of moving stuff around as we go. So that's the loft. Now I had kind of planned with this property to put a great big shed out the back. I think if I can, I'm going to avoid that, a shed for stock overspill, and we'll use this space. Once it's boarded and I've got shelving up and I can use it really efficiently, I think this should be enough. I think we'll get a little shed for tools and garden tools and that sort of stuff, maybe camping equipment. But the plan of having a massive stock shed, I'm not sure we need it. And the little garden, as you saw, is a nice little courtyard garden, and we'd like to keep that space and not take up half of it with the shed.
Yeah, once you've stripped it out and we saw where the sun was, we thought, you know, if we put a big shed there, we're just not going to be able to use it for, you know, sitting out and enjoying the garden. Yeah.
And it's great for Jeff. He loves sniffing around. Got a lot of town foxes here.
And a lot of cats.
And a lot of cats.
I saw one this morning walking through our garden.
Yeah, so Jeff loves it out there, sniffing the foxes and the cats and all of that. So there you go. That's the loft. I have one little patch down here to remove. Takes a lot of effort. But yeah, here's one of the bigger mountains of stuff we've now got to dispose of. So yeah, there it is. To the end. I will need to do some repairs at some point in the future, but it's not bad. And this has been covered up for decades with all of this ivy. A bit like this. This is what it started like. And at some point I will be revealing the wall over there. Working my way back down here. Got this to do, but we have revealed this. The wall on this side is not as well made and it is falling apart. There's a great big hole there, great big hole here, great big hole there. So we will use these flints and bricks to repair that. Yeah, and I've revealed, interestingly, you can see where there was a path which winds its way down to the gate, and at some point they've added extra bits of crazy paling either side, but you can see the edges of the original path. Almost there. Just a massive pile now It is so hot. We're in the middle of a heat wave. Jeff is right here, having a snooze. So there you go. We kept the whole thing a secret because when we first made the decision to sell, we didn't know how long it would take to sell. We didn't really know what the plans were. And we just wanted to keep something back for ourselves.
Yeah, sorry, but we did, I have to be honest. We just wanted to keep it to ourselves for a while. And we also thought it would just be fun to move and go, look, we moved.
So the break from social media was also to move. But we did need a break. We needed the headspace to deal with the move, to deal with getting set up again. And we needed to take some time out. We've taken some time out for ourselves to explore the area. We've been visiting all the different towns here. We've visited most of them before, but you know what it's like when you move somewhere, you really want to take that time to find out where the good pubs are and where, you know, all of that stuff.
We haven't had much of a rest though.
No, in between that, we've been doing a lot of work in the garden, in the house, getting the new heating installed, all of that stuff. As you saw at the beginning of this video, we had to go back and pick up the rest of the stuff, and we spent the last week or two trying to fit all of that into this house.
The day that we picked up that truckload of stuff, we were broken. It was, it was such a hard day.
It was. And Stephen, she's probably watching this. I know we thanked you in person, but we just couldn't have managed that without you, Steve, if you're watching.
It was amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Lovely guy and beyond helpful for us with our move. So thank you. So there you go. So where did we move to? We moved to Ramsgate.
Ramsgate.
Did you guess? I've been coming here since the 70s. We love this area. We've been coming here as a family for the last 20 years. It seemed right, and now we're here. Feels like home, right?
Felt like home immediately, didn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So that's the harbour down there, sea in the background, and we live over there somewhere. Ta-ra! Bye. See you in the next video. I'll share a video on screen when we were down here a while ago. We were looking at houses, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Ta-ra!
Bye.